Hi, my name is Gabrielle Hayes, and I'm the CEO of Soulberry Advisory. And I am really excited to be joined here for a quick conversation about employee engagement by Simon LaFosse. Simon is the founder and the chairman of LaFosse Associates. And the reason that's important and wonderful and why we're so excited to have him here is because Simon has pretty much written the rule book on employee engagement. LaFosse Associates has been around for 15 years, and they have entered, for the last 9 or 10 years, they've entered the Times Best Company to Work For in the UK, and they consistently land in the top 40, and many times they've landed in the top 10. And that is a really stunning achievement. And this is all the while growing the business on average of 35% a year. So those are some pretty heavy stats. And Simon, congratulations.
Thank you. You make it sound much better than it feels, I'll tell you that.
No, it is phenomenal to you and your team. And we've been, the reason engagement is so interesting right now is everybody is talking about it with regards to their customers, with regards to their supply chains, their employees, really being able to attract and retain a skilled workforce who can also be advocates for the business has never, ever been more important. And it's truly a differentiator. And we really just wanted to get under the hood a little bit of what that means so that other people who are employers, whether they are small businesses, whether they employ one other person or whether they employ 1,000, I'm sure you've got a lot to say just by virtue of your experience and your dedication to the brand values of LaFosse that they can learn from. So can I just start by asking, what does engagement, which I agree is a word that is often overused, what does it mean for you relative to every aspect of your life?
Yeah, it's a brilliant word, isn't it? Because it's so, in a way, it's so self-explanatory, but it's also quite a dry word. And for me, it's dealing with a very emotive subject, but it is simply that, isn't it? It's, are you engaged in what you're doing? Does it feel like you know why you're doing what you're doing? Or are you just bored? If you're disengaged, you might as well not be there. You're probably causing damage actually to an organization. So I think it's just simply it's simply not exactly the discretionary effort, but it's about the focus and the effort, the difference between the focus and the effort that you put in. If you're committed to an organization and you feel you're being treated well.
Entering the Times competition, has that been an important part of this, or has it been sort of a, hey, we do this already, why don't we just enter? Or where does that play in? And should other businesses think about using that kind of, it's not even a tactic, but something to rally the troops around? How has it worked for you?
So engagement for me comes from 3 things really. It's firstly this notion of care. Are you being cared for by your employer? Are your employees caring for each other? Secondly, is your career going somewhere? Does it mean something? Are you stagnating, or are you going in the direction that you want to be going in? Are you developing every day? And thirdly, and this is the difficult one because it's another one of those words, isn't it? Do you have some kind of sense of purpose? And by sense of purpose doesn't mean you're changing the world for the better. But again, it's not that far removed from, why are you doing? What are you doing? Is there, ideally, there should be some ulterior sense of purpose other than I'm just trying to make money for myself, or even I'm trying to make myself happy, or even I'm trying to progress my career. It is your collective and your individual and collective effort trying to do something that is better than those individual things. And I think if all of those are answered correctly, so your career is going somewhere, you are being cared for in every dimension of that, and you have some sense of the work that you're doing is important in some way, whether that's to some person or whether it's to the environment, or whether it's a kind of combination of all of those things. Is there some purpose behind it? Then I think you've got a massively engaged workforce. So those things are not equal, I don't think. If you put care right at the top, care almost takes care of career as well. Because if you're caring for your employee, You're not going to have them on a job they've been doing for ages. You're not going to be pushing them so hard that they're on the edge of a nervous breakdown. If you care for them, then you'll understand what their capabilities are, you'll understand what their motivations are, and you'll spend time with them to make sure that they're appropriate for what they are. And when that changes for whatever reason, that you're also, because you're connected to them and you care for them, you see that and you make the appropriate changes. So for me, it's this simple, really simple word, which is care. And it goes across everything. It's not just care. So, we typically think about employers need to care for their employees. Well, guess what? If the employees don't care for each other, then that doesn't really matter. And it goes both ways.